You can't eat the grass, you can't eat the grass, they say. But what if I told you there's a way you could grow your grass and eat it too? No, not this grass. May I present to you lemongrass. This is an ornamental and edible grass that you can grow in your garden if you like to merge the worlds of beautiful and edible. It's an herb used in cooking, and it's native to Asia and the Middle East. It can grow up to 2 to 4 feet tall and wide, and sometimes up to 6 feet. So be careful where you plant it. It might get bigger than you expect. It grows in clumps from little bulbs, and it has these coarse leaves that grow about 1/2 inch to 1 inch wide and yay tall. Where to plant it? Well, lemongrass likes moist, well-draining soil. So if you have clay, you might need to amend it. Find a spot that gets full sun. This area here gets full sun. Let me take you to another part in the garden where I planted another lemongrass, and you'll see this one is way bigger and much healthier than this one here. Now, they're not too far apart. If you look down this aisle here, at the very end is the other lemongrass. But this one here does not get full sun and doesn't get as much water as the other one. And I think the soil here is actually less fertile. They were the same size when I planted them. It was actually one large clump that I separated into two, and I put one here and one in the other area. That other one is way taller, way wider, and the leaves are greener than this one here. So location, location, location. Two main ways you can plant this. One, from seed, like I did. I actually winter sowed this, and I wasn't expecting it to do so well, but it grew beautifully, and then I was able to separate it into these two clumps. You can plant them from seed, either indoors or winter sow them, or if you already have a plant growing, you can separate it and propagate it. Free plants. Lemongrass is a tropical plant, so here in the US it is hardy to zones 10 to 11. I'm in zone 8A, so I will grow this as an annual. You can also try to overwinter it, so if you grow it in a pot, you can take it indoors when the temperatures drop to the 50s and bring it out when the nighttime temperatures are about 50. That's one way to do it. Now, if you live in zones 10 to 11, why? It's not fair that you get to grow the plants year round. Yeah, I'm a little envious, but if you live in those lucky zones where your plants live forever, you can overwinter this plant by cutting it down to about 6 inches, and it will grow back when the temperatures are just right. If you plant lemongrass from seed, do remember it is a tropical plant and does not like the cold, so you want to put it out about the same time you put out your tomatoes, when the nighttime temperature is about 60. And don't forget, when you plant lemongrass seeds, not to cover them because they need light to germinate. Okay? Don't forget that. Okay, lady, I've planted my lemongrass. I've grown my grass. Now, how do I eat it? Well, the leaves you can harvest at any time for teas and broth, and you can actually harvest the stalks as well, and those are used for cooking. It's used a lot in Thai cooking, either mashed or minced. You can store it by chopping up the stalk and freezing it for future use. Now, a quick but very important warning. This plant is not for everyone. It is toxic to dogs, cats, and horses, so if you have pets, you may want to skip this one. And if you want to learn about another herb you can plant that looks a little bit like this, but has the added benefit of being perennial, even in temperate zones like mine, click on this next video. Until next time, may you always find joy in your garden and your life. Bye, garden friend.